recording. Great, no one's here. Great. You know you're a good teacher when no one shows up, but not that you're no one. Just kidding. Everybody's here. You can't tell. I'm not going to turn the camera around or show anything. Like Isaac's here, so everybody's getting lollipops too. Those are pretty. M&Ms, good. You get Isaac. Hershey and a lollipop. Put those together, and a lemon lollipop and a Hershey. That'd be interesting. All right, let me go here. Get into my email. Send notification. Let's do that. All right, 26. I'm gonna be editing like crazy today. Let's just say that. Hey, it says L's here. L's joined my Zoom. Are you here, L? L's here. What's up, L? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. First and foremost, let's talk about the important. Oh, hi. Let me share my screen so I remember to share it. Okay. Let's talk about the most important element, right? Which is our Ftve news programming note. Remember, we log into here. I know everyone who's looked at the schedule because they've requested access. Okay, we're in November now. Football highlights are being edited currently. We should see those on Wednesday. And then they'll be posted. But remember, Wednesday the 12th, there's no class tomorrow, the 11th, okay? Don't come to Gab. It's Veterans Day. Celebrate the federal holiday by catching up on things if you still have to do things. All right, but 6:30. So after class, we'll go over everything. We'll do some talking, and then we'll go into lab. And part of the lab was we're going to go to the volleyball court here on campus and set up. And currently, Bryce, Silas, Maston, and Angel have all volunteered to take part in the shoot that starts at 6:30. So after class, 6:30 to probably 8:30 would be a good area. Usually the game's about an hour, but then we're going to do interviews afterwards. So we'll take the cameras. Angel, do you remember who said you didn't want to be on camera, right? No, you'll be behind the camera, but everyone is welcome. So we'll take 2 cameras and shoot 2 different angles as well and give lots of opportunities to cover volleyball, which they're supposed to be good. And of course, we can also look here and say, Gavlin, EDU, iLearn. No, I did the wrong thing. I didn't want to go to iLearn. I want to go to athletics, which is right here. And then once in athletics, you can see every single sport. And we want to talk about volleyball. Let's look at our schedule. It's just a women's volleyball team here. And we want to go into November where they're going to play Dianza. All right, looks like they have 2 home games left. So hopefully they win. We have great footage, right? I doubt we'll be filming on Friday because why? We'll be filming on Friday. If you're not in the filmmaking class, you're more than welcome to join us. We'll be filming at Grant's house at 11 on Friday. Sleep paralysis. It's a horror film. Should be good. Should be fun and all that good stuff. So, right. Also, oops, there's an Adobe Illustrator file. Also, while we're at it, as of right now, this is a question mark. Next Monday, potentially we would be filming, but we don't have an answer. Hopefully we'll know on Wednesday. But a week, November 19th at 3:30, we'll come to class like normal, check in, and then we'll all go and we'll watch a documentary. So that'll be fun. Get credit during the time we would normally be here. Okay, any questions or comments so far from anyone at all? Remember, your audio projects were due date was this weekend, and some of you had issues because it didn't allow you to submit. But realistically, only 2 of you reached out, so I assume you're the 2 who were going to submit your audio projects. Thank you. We handled that, Dom. And Bryce, but you can still submit. Remember, I accept all due dates. So after the audio, now that the audio projects are quote unquote done, you can still work on and turn in anything. Remember, if you don't know what to do for the audio project, it could be a podcast, could be an audio play, or if you're in the editing class, you could turn in the green screen assignment. Okay. You could choose either one or the other. Now that leaves us with 2 projects left, and basically they're due by the end of the course. So you should have your Ftve, which when you go to turn that in, you need to send me the link from the Ftve that you worked on. So go to the YouTube channel and show me which one that you participated in. So Isaac, which one would you submit? Huh? And you also did Trunk or Treat, right? Both of those work for your credit, right? Make sense? So if you still need to get one, volleyball's an opportunity. We're also going to shoot children's theater on December 4th. That's going to be in the morning at 9:30. So that's a harder one to be there. And then we're going to film a promo for the film showcase. So those are all good opportunities to do that. Okay. 11:24. Looks like we're going to, well, 72-hour show. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do a promo. We'll have to do that next week, I think. So maybe we'll do that Monday. If we don't do the ACE, if we don't film AEC video, then we're going to do the showcase / 72-hour promo. Okay, great. Questions, comments, concerns at all? Do we understand? That's the last project. And then your final project is what? What's your final project? No one remembers? That could be anything. So using all of the skills that you put together, it should be a short film that you do on your own. I don't expect it to be the film class quality, but if you worked on the film class short, you could turn that in. Angel, if showcase is finished by then, or showdown, you could turn that in as yours, if that makes sense. What's up? How's it going? Cool. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just, he's in his office right now. Yeah. So, or at least he was when I left him, and I sent 2 students over to him right now. So, and they haven't come back. So, but no class tomorrow. No class tomorrow. And yeah, we were just going over Ftve news filming. Realistically, everybody, so if next Monday, if we don't film the AEC video, we're going to film a Gavlin showcase promo. So I need people who are going to have films in the showcase to be interviewed subjects. So Angel, Marty, Jason, huh? You're going to edit that one? Great, perfect. Anybody else having a film in there? We're going to try to bring in everybody to talk about. You eat a string cheese like that?
Yeah, I know. It's so warm. It's in my car for last week. In a few days. No, it's 40 minutes.
Those string cheeses are like so like preserved that you could like not refrigerate them and they'd still be good. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you eat string cheese. You pull it apart, right? I just don't know about chomping on it like it's a beef stick or something. You're just gonna chomp. You're not gonna waste time making it taste because cheese tastes different. The different amount of cheese makes okay. You got me distracted. All right. Well, I mean, for sure, if you take a big bite out of a block of cheddar, it tastes different than if you shred it, right? Well, okay, okay. It's colder if it's shredded. That doesn't make sense. Um, all right, so that's the case. Wednesday volleyball. Wednesday volleyball. No class tomorrow, which there's never a class for this class, but just don't come to campus tomorrow, okay? And yeah, we are going to be doing a practical editing session where I'm just going to be editing something and you'll be watching as an example. Feel free to watch and learn, or feel free to work on your lab. How many people have turned in their audio assignments? There's the two that I've already shouted out because I knew how many there are. How many of you still need to do your dialogue list? Dialogue list video. So that's a video without dialogue. No, the PSA is the PSA, right? Where you have to do that. A dialogue list video is a narrative that has no dialogue in it, right? That makes sense? You remember that one? It's on the list. How many of you turned in yours? Yep, the dialogue list, right? We watched Michael's last time. In fact, let's watch something. I got a revision before I start editing. The podcast is the audio project. So the podcast is just audio. You don't have to include any video, but you can do a video if you want. Make sense? All right. Dilo sent another version of the music video with some of the notes that we had taken in. Let me just see. Maybe Dilo sent it to a different email. So let's check that out. I get lots of emails, no bragging. I know I'm not trying to make you feel bad because I get a lot of emails. It's not about, it's about quality, not quantity of emails. Let's just say that. Okay. I knew that. I knew that about you, Jason. Okay. No substance. Is it right here? I feel like this is the one we watched. Newest would have been. You forward this message on April. How is that right? April 16th? I just watched it with Grant. How did I lose it? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me just find it again. It's because I have him as like different names in my thing. Okay, Tim. Hey, I wanted to know. Emailed you my latest version. All right, so then. Oh, there we go. Found it. All right. Okay, here we go. Now, while we're at it, we might as well just double check and make sure all the audio is correct because it's not going to be right. Let's do that. There we go. External. Yes, safe. Didn't forward anything. That's great. Let's forward that to. Okay, let's watch this. While we're waiting for that to email, I'm just gonna set up my Premiere. There we go. No substance too. Okay, so we watched this last week. Let's see what notes D'Lo took. And let's get ready to give our notes here too. A music video with no music. I'm assuming it's silent, so let's hold on a second. Yeah, right? Well, a music video would technically be free, right?
Six five, six five, six five. Shining bright to the door, shine bright. These talents, the talent people born in. So where do I start? People love to run their mouths, blah blah blah. I ain't on, I got my songs coming out, but they quickly come around. These topics they talk about, talk is cheap, time is money, so maybe you'll figure out different routes, different paths, different choices we make. Sense of giving is something you gotta take. You can't change this opportunity, use it to elevate. No, you doubt it's in my mind, get about it, my face. I was kind of lost the toxic open ways upon your conscience. I get fed up with the nonsense, they don't start thinking of nonsense. What if I'm thinking garbage, then you have to disregard it. Peace of mind, I gotta guard it. Food for thought inside my garden. I guess regardless of what you say is the hardest. It just doesn't move me, speak to me as an artist. And the fact is that it's fine, it's something I find upon. How could you be satisfied with how far it has fallen? I know you're greatness, but I know we not the station. I can see the things that you've been calling entertainment. The content being the latest, been surrounded, can't escape it. It's as if we slowly grind, sinking down into the pavement. These people just complacent, got no bombs, and that's alright. But I got a higher standard, certain qualities of life. Sometimes it starts compounding, just stay calm and sit my sprite. Dropping bombs before the silence, certain calmness in the night. I display it on the mic, cross some life and set my verses, treat it like a testament. Working hard, it's not perfect, synchronize, produce mediocrity, complacency, coercive. Being values never worth it, seeing people lacking purpose. So but we got what you hear, don't go taking it to heart. Rising up from out my sleep, I'm shining eyes right in the dark. Hard work beats the talent, when the talent don't work hard. You and I is on the line, hustle tell us all apart. So where do I go start? People love to run their mouths, blah blah blah. I hear not, I got the substance coming out. But they quick to come around and topics I'm talking about. Oh, talk is cheap, time is money, so maybe you'll figure out.
Tepid response. I guess D'Lo's not here. So, what do we think? We saw it last time. Definitely some changes in here, but overall, what's our opinion?
The only note I have is that sometimes the active songs are competing with the actual track audio. I don't know, but there's like one or two times where it's like hard to hear the words saying the background afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if any of the song is gonna get changed.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be the actual song, just like the mixing levels of the.
No, yeah, your notes are good.
For the song, it's like
Yeah.
like when I finger record or anything, just like go
Yeah,
into
it's
a
just
certain
Well, that's a good note. I mean, D'Lo mixed it himself, so that's a great note. But yeah, as far as like, I don't know if I can speak to what the song is gonna be. It's has sounded the same the whole time to me. I don't think the song has been adjusted. Or I know it got remixed at one point, so maybe that's something to talk about. Nick, you had an opinion?
I would think the push worked a lot better when they was the last time.
Yeah, I think that push in kind of like showed that this video, I think, still suffers from lack of shots, lack of variety, lack of substance. No, I've been trying not to say it the whole time. I think it's really redundant. Unfortunately, like I said, if they could shoot something new for it, that would be amazing. Marty.
I like the way that it's flashing back and forth with two different shots on, but it does that for too long. Kind of like if it flashed to something else between and pacing back and forth.
If there was more
like, in
stuff.
writing,
To me, I would love to like get Santi and Dilo in the studio and just do the fisheye lens and have like Dilo sing into the camera and then cut that throughout the piece as well, just for variety would be my note. Or the other thing, I know I talked about the typography, would be an option here. There's just parts where I'm like, we're looking at a shot for over 3 seconds and I'm like, it's a music video, like unless something's not happening, it's like him just, yeah, like that could work for sure.
It looks like it's also a vlog, that shot specifically. And then it wasn't converting correctly when he's walking around. The colors are super crunchy and flat. You can see the couch at one of the shots is just crunchy. Yeah, that one. It just
This stuff is what you're talking about.
contrast is just too
Yeah,
much.
but in log, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
not
gonna,
converting correctly.
yeah. And yeah, and is this gonna be the coloring is one of the notes.
It's the easiest way to do it is just get one,
Yeah.
which is available everywhere.
For sure. And I think there's honestly, Dilo, if you are watching this, the recording probably, what I might suggest too is like, there is like, this is shot in 6K or whatever. There's a way to crop in this video in different parts, right? Like in these wide shots, if you like the push in works, but even like this shot, like you could push in and just make the shot the crumpled up thing or the foot or whatever the action is. Like when he's writing, there's a part where he's writing here, right? Like it could just be his hand writing. Like you can make it close-ups, or his face. I mean, that would be something to add variety. That I think my biggest issue is the amount of stale shots. Ultimately, I would suggest shooting something else to put into this. But reach out, Dilo, and I'll tell you all of this. But any other notes or thoughts? This is what we're doing. We're analyzing video. All right. Like an example. Let's do this new project. Let's do. Oh. Noah, have they talked to you about Friday at all? Just curious. You're gonna wear a spandex bodysuit? Nice. Are you okay wearing a spandex bodysuit? Great. You can always say no and they can find something else if that's, huh? Everyone's allowed to say no. That's the best part. All right. So what I want to show here, and I know they're planning for you to be there about 2:30. So they're working on it currently. I think they're going to send it as soon as possible, but essentially, I know call time's 11. And then all your stuff is probably 2:30 to 5, I think, would probably be it. Awesome. Has anyone seen anything good since we last talked? Any good movies or anything worth watching? Was that good? You loved it?
No, let's make me watch Severance.
Severance?
I love it.
Severance is great. Severance is excellent. One of the most interesting shows on the air right now. Although I did start Pluribus. It's awesome. It's really good. That one's really good. How was Predator?
It was really good. It's very different than the rest of them.
How many stars?
Huh?
I mean, don't say too much because I want to see Predator, but how many stars?
Out of 5,
Yeah. 4? What would you give Frankenstein, Noah? 4? Jason, what would you give Frankenstein? 3. You saw Frankenstein also? 4. Interesting. Is it good? Which one? Oh, I like The Long Walk. Yeah, I gave it 4. Yeah. You forgot the percentage of diarrhea though, too. Yeah, the shot of diarrhea is,
The diarrhea thing gives it an extra star.
that's something to think about, the diarrhea extra star. Okay, Silas has shown up and welcome Silas to the chat. Anybody else see anything good? Yeah, Bryce. What, how many stars do you give K-pop Demon Hunters?
Probably 3, honestly.
3?
It was really good.
What was it? You didn't like the ending?
Not particularly. Watch it.
Yeah, I got kids. I mean,
Okay, the symbolism behind like the self-acceptance with the demon marks and everything, just like lose the marks at the very end. Instead of like, I don't know, it's like the whole movie's about like self-acceptance and living with your scars.
Oh, no, she's still alive.
No, she lost it to that.
I swear she's still alive.
Either I'm literally blind or not. It's all about
her symbols?
Her pattern.
Yeah, the patterns.
yeah, except the whole the pattern that she had like represented like all of her insecurities and stuff.
Yes, Rumi still has her demonic patterns,
Where?
which have evolved from
No,
purple to rainbow colors after she accepted her demon heritage. While the patterns were once a source of shame she tried to hide, now they're visible and are a sign of self-acceptance.
I'll raise it to 3.5.
There's no halves. No halves. You can't rate it a half in this class. You can do whatever you want outside of class. I don't believe in half measures. All right, so what's your favorite song, Bryce?
I really like Golden and Golden. That's like
Basic, basic. All right, basic.
I thought Golden should have been a song until the end because the lyrics not really resonated with these struggles. But it's like no more hiding, like all that. But she's singing that before she even like was struggling with like her hiding herself. She wasn't even considering coming out.
But there is a reprieve of it at the end. It's like baked into the final song.
As far as the song, I don't know. It's not those lyrics resonate. You have to like sing that bad. I don't know.
I don't think you paid much attention, Bryce. Were you gaming? Were you gaming while you're watching K-pop Demon Hunters, or were you locked in? You have got to be locked in on movies. How many screens did you have?
Only one screen.
One screen, but was like K-pop Demon Hunters the like on your phone, like in this little corner here?
There may have been something.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. See?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a picture of like her in the final scene. She actually got the funny,
What? We just looked it up. You want to? We can watch the end right now if you want. Bryce does not believe us.
I don't.
Yeah, that one's a great one. What's my favorite one? Oh, I watched First Reform this weekend. First Reformer, yeah. Which got a 5. It's an old movie. Let me show you. Let's go to our profile here, Tim. I'm not watching as much movies. All right, here we go. First Reformed, Paul Schrader. This one's good. It's crazy. Some fun, weird movie, pretty weird stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's like literally halfway through the movie. I'm like, Cedric the Entertainer. And he's great. Yeah, this is a good movie. Yeah, Mendon Seyfried too. Yeah, good one. I like that a lot. Strong recommend.
So I thought it was just lighting. It barely like stands out at all.
It's like almost golden too, right? Like
so similar to your skin tone. Bro, one of my friends' TV, she kind of asked.
yeah, the TV.
Yeah, I
A little tiny window on your VLC player or whatever you would illegally download it off of. He's not denying the legal download. What? Die My Love, yeah. Yes. I want to see this. 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 Nope. And I watched that. So House of Dynamite was fine. Catherine Bigelow directed. All right, we got me talking about movies. I love talking about movies, but what I was going to show everybody was here.
Those kind of thoughts are toxic. Hope.
So this is a good example.
Greatness isn't giving us some. Yeah, greatness isn't giving us something you gotta take. Give me that. Different routes, different paths, different choices we make. Yeah, greatness isn't giving us something you gotta take. Give me take chances, opportunities, use them to elevate.
So like, for example, we see the writing. So why not come back? I like cutting back and forth, but in my experience would be, we got a big old video file that we could frame or recomposite. And doing something like this, which then this like minor thing right here.
We make, yeah, greatness isn't giving us something you gotta take. Give me take chances, opportunities, use them to elevate. When no doubt inside my mind, get up out of my face.
Just makes it it just makes the shot feel different, right? And I might, if you're not going to shoot anything else for this, maybe I'd play around with coloring it and doing something different, or like
new topics to talk about.
Or we could do like the lyrics on the screen can also just help accent it to make it more. We can know, the first time you listen to a song, you can't necessarily understand all the lyrics, right? That could help, but also like if you're reading something, it makes it more engaging. All right. All right. So the other thing, reminder, turn to your projects, audio projects, Noah. And your final project, you already have your Ftve, so make sure you turn in that link on where it is on there. If you're in the editing class for your final project, you could edit the final project. So, the final project is a link that I give all of you. If you are editors, technically in the editing class, I'll give you a folder of assets and you just edit it. Now, if you don't have anything and you want to, you need something to edit or turn in for a final project, you don't want to shoot your own, come up to me and say, Tim, I don't have something. I don't want to shoot my own thing. I will give you a project and say, then edit it. Turn that in as your final project. That could be any of you. So, okay. Do we understand? I want everyone to succeed. We are more than halfway done through the course. And I'm going to say this for people who are watching at home, but none of you should do this. This is the last week you can get an income. You can withdraw from the class without getting an F. So you get the W, right? Do you have to do that, Jason?
Yeah.
So this is the week to do it so you don't get an F. Because afterwards you either get an I or an F. Yeah. Because he's working during the class, so he can't get double credit.
This is my
So,
last day of class. Sorry.
Jason, you've been kicked out. You have to drop my class, Jason. You're too far behind, Jason. It's too, no one should ever drop one of my, I'll tell you right now, no one should ever drop my classes. I'm offering, and all of you, I'm offering extra credits. So if you don't want to do one of the projects, you can come to the film showcase. And that should give you like 100 points extra credit minimum, which will eat up one of your projects. If you say, I want to skip this one, Tim. But I would suggest all of you do the extra credit so that you don't have to take the final, because it's a multiple choice final. And it's very easy too. But yeah, all that fun stuff. Questions or comments about any of these things? No, we're all, yes.
Will there be any Shrek questions?
No Shrek questions on the final. But I will judge you if I think you don't know stuff about Shrek. So are we excited that they've revealed the first look of Shrek's teenage kids in the float for the Thanksgiving Day parade?
Best news I've seen all week.
Yeah, they all have like the hair, like the curly hair that like kids have these days.
What'd you do? GTA 6 got delayed.
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
there was they made all the Stranger Things before GTA 6 came out, and they made Stranger Things. It took forever. They're all 14-year-olds who are like have mortgages and are, yeah. All right. So this is just going to be a practical editing session where I'm going to show you. I think this is a benefit for any of the editors, like my process of when I'm putting together a piece. And anyone can chime in and tell me what they think or not. But before we do that, showcase, let's see, anybody here? Marty, how's the trailer coming?
happening. It's almost there. I'm just trying to, one, work around shots that don't have the effects right now. Because I realized in my head, I wanted shots, like with them running with the sword. It's like, oh, I haven't done that yet. So, it's happening. It's happening.
When will it be done?
Realistically, it could be done by.
Great. That's the perfect time. This weekend would be a great time to give Grant stuff so he doesn't have a heart attack, or he wouldn't have a heart attack. He just wouldn't sleep.
Wait,
And
you
then
already
you
done
get a heart
that.
Yeah, right? You're not turning anything in, are you? Why don't you make the storm effects for Marty so Marty can.
I mean, I was working on the solving the ash and eco and stuff, and so I'm testing out the effect, and then I'm just gonna essentially take the node graph and draw it on movies and track that and all that stuff. So a lot easier, but I'm learning hair physics right now. their dynamics. So it's really fascinating.
Realistically, how long does 4 seconds of scrolling take? So quick.
Depends on what shot.
Right.
I could split that.
Then we might have it.
Hey, I'm glad we talked about it. That's something, I mean, that's literally something worth discussing, right? So, yeah, I mean, think about it. This weekend, though, if it's something that could be done this weekend. Okay, great. These are all editing things that we need to take in. So, okay, I work in Premiere. I get it. Da Vinci's better. Okay, no one needs to say that. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Okay, Jason likes Da Vinci because it's free and it crashes his computer all the time. And don't worry, Premiere crashes my computer all the time.
DaVinci has the editing and then color grading, like fair light, and then the fusion, all in the same package.
Wow, that's cool. I think it's great if you want to do that, but you know, they are limited with what
Fair Tim, I still think After
sure.
Effects.
Daniel, turn on your camera.
Daniel, bro, you said you're gonna be here.
We're not here. Let me stop my share for a second. What's up, Daniel?
Hi.
Silas, turn on your camera.
No, Silas is on his camera. Silas.
Why is your closet always open?
Daniel, there's a monster in there.
Yeah, what
my
if like,
closet?
we saw Five Nights at Freddy's in there, like right now? That'd be pretty creepy, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Are you afraid of Five Nights at Freddy's?
When I was younger.
Sure. Who isn't afraid of a bear doing a jump scare?
Yeah.
Look, Silas. Whoa. Hi, Silas. I was hoping Silas would be in his room so we could see if he cleaned up since last time, but no, did not clean up. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. All right, Elle, you want to turn on your camera and say hi?
Daniel, why'd you come?
What?
Oh,
Come to class.
I
Daniel,
can't-
did you do your podcast?
No, not yet.
Whoa,
Oh, here's Silas.
double Silas.
I gave my phone access or Zoom access to my phone microphone, and then it crashed the meeting.
No problem, Al. I was just joking. You don't have to turn on your camera. So, but double Silas. Look, and it's still we get the good one went away. We still got the sideways one. Okay. All right. Enough fun with web cameras. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Good. We'll get back to. That's fun. Anybody else want to talk about their jobs? I mean, that's another thing I like to talk about. Cole's Cash. Nick got laid off. We know that.
I actually have to call them. It's like, so like, Pulse Cash got deleted.
That sucks. You definitely lost it. Okay, so I am basically editors and all of you, I've ingested a folder worth of content. When it came in, it is now I am looking, I like to look at list view instead of folders. So it's giving me all these folders, which I know are red files and are WAV files. Now, this was recorded for the film class. So if it's recorded the film class, what do we know? What can we expect from these files? We know it's red. We know the audio and video are separated. But what do we do in our film class that we might not do in our Ftve news? Who's been on set? What's something that we do in the film class that we don't do for like Ftve news?
Do we use labs for GAV-TV news?
Do we use labs for Ftve news? Sometimes, you know, when we did the El Centro interviews or we did the interviews for Dr. Avila, we would use lavalier microphones, lav mics. If you ask Tim, huh? You say lav? Okay. It's lav, right? Yeah. Okay. And Grant always makes me feel like I'm insane for saying lavalier microphone, which is a French pronunciation of a French name, right?
I've said it before, but every film professor at CCP said,
Yeah.
and the only person I've ever heard say that.
I feel like Grant's like the guy who taught Grant was probably from Boston or something, right? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, wicked lavalier mic, grab your lav mic, or do an Australian accent. But that works too. Okay, so what we do on the film set, no one's here helping me out, but we do a better job of syncing the audio and the video. And how do we do that? Looking at Bryce or Angel. What do we do on set to sync our audio when we're recording? Slate, yes, our slate. And the slate is also known as a clapper, right? Why is it a clapper? Clap on, clap off. Yeah. That audio right there, the sync part, why? So here, let's look. Let's pull up one of our clips here. All right, this one's Baby. Oh, shout out to Braulio. And look, there's Ashton. All right, so let's go. Let's change our sequence settings. Why not? Okay. So we have our lav mic here. As editors, guess what? I wasn't on this set. So I mean, I was on the set, but not until the end. So I don't know all the footage. But just by looking at the slate, it gives us the editor information. This is why it's important to use the slate when we're on the set. And what do we know? We know the scene number. We know the take. We know the time code, which is synced. We know the name, the director, and Noah's DP. But visually,
Scene 2, shot 9A, take 2.
let me do this really quick. I want my output to be the TV. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So DaVinci. So what's notable, of course, is our. Oh, did someone talk? Oh, okay. No problem. Our sync point here makes a clap noise, right? So what comes with this video right here is our onboard microphone, right? So it's the audio that the camera is recording is right here. And what's notable about it is if we look at this here, which is, who knows what it's called for our audio? What we're looking at right here. We're looking at our audio, but what do we measure our audio in? What's the unit called? Starts with a W. Ends with a waveform, right? A waveform is the visual representation of audio. I feel like I said that before, but glad y'all retained it. So what's notable is if we look at our audio, it's a straight line. Is that good or bad for audio? If our audio is a straight line, it means it's either there's no audio or it's very, very quiet. So we can see that right here, our waveform actually is not a straight line, right? So the waveforms go up and down because audio is a wave, so it goes up and down. And so if we look here, we can know that that's our clap, right? That's our sync point with the slate. The slate syncs, and we do that because it makes a really loud noise, right? That's going to be a loud, noticeable point in the audio clip that we record, because if we look at the entire waveform of this entire piece, we see that there's some audio here and there, but it's really quiet, right? Let me go ahead and just for fun, I'm going to say audio gain, and then I'm going to normalize max peak to 0 dB. And so what that does is basically just raise up the volume of my audio. And I'm just doing this so that we have better audio representation. And we can see that actually right here, it's not a straight line. There's actually some audio being recorded. So let me undo that really quick. Let's listen to it. So it's quiet, right? So then let's just add gain to it. Again, audio gain is what? It's like adding volume, right? It's like turning it up uniformly, right? So if it was video and I added gain, what would the video do? Raise the volume of our audio. If I added gain to the video, what would you expect it to do?
Probably get brighter, maybe.
Yes. Gain in the video would be increasing the highlights or everything within it, right? So if we added gain, we would be upping the exposure, because it's not just highlights, it's bringing up everything. So if you add gain to when you're recording, right? What is that? That's ISO, right? So that's then all of the light level in all your piece. So your ISO, when we play with the cameras, we turn the ISO up. What happens if you film something too low? What happens to your video? Not enough gain. What do you think what happens if we don't use enough light? It gets dark. Also, we can encounter noise. If we film something, we can encounter noise. And what is noise? It's when the background looks like there's worms or it's wiggling. It's because we shoot in digital. And when we shoot in digital, the computer chip is trying to figure out what the color of every single pixel is on our screens. And sometimes when it's not enough light, within a frame, the computer will be like, think, oh, this is this color white or this color white, and it'll shift back and forth. And that's what causes the digital noise. Well, gain can also add noise to your video. If you're at such a low level of light, let's say we're shooting outside with no light and it's dark, but we turn the gain up all the way to 2000, Jason, what's the video going to look like? Super noisy, which is what the noise is going to be, is going to, like, your computer's pixels aren't going to be able to determine exactly what the color image is. So it's going to cycle through a couple different images, and that's what causes noise. Okay. But is there noise? Michael's an audio expert. If I add gain to my audio, do I add noise to it? Absolutely, right? And what does it sound like? Bad. But what's noise in terms of audio? Staticky. It could just be hiss, like let's listen. We've added gain to this already. Let's hear the difference. And just looking at the waveform, can we see where the marker is, the sync point is in this audio? Where is it? It's this big long line that's touching top to bottom. That means it's hit the peak of our waveform.
Team 2, shot 9-8, take 2.
I mean, it's hard to hear with if you came up and listened closer. In fact, why don't I just turn it up? But our natural noise in this classroom is the air conditioning or the fans. But can we hear that? That's what happens when you raise the volume. Now, there are ways we can filter it out and everything, but why am I showing this? I'm just showing it as an example. Here's what I would never use. I would never use the onboard microphone of the camera. Why don't you think you would ever use the onboard microphone from the camera? Say it again, but not in yawn. It doesn't take good audio. That's a great answer. And why don't you think the onboard camera doesn't take good audio? Probably because the mic sucks. The mic isn't the best mic. And why isn't that the case? Okay, I'm the camera, right? And I'm filming Marty and Jason right now in the shot. If I'm here, what's up? Nick. Okay, no offense, Nick. But this is another Nick, okay? No, sorry, no. Okay, there can only be one, but no, yeah. What's, yeah. Yeah, no, it's, what's the 80s movie? Where you gotta cut off the head of the other person? Highlander. There can only be one. No one knows Highlander, sorry. I'm old.
I'm older than you, I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know, you only watch Family Guy. I'm sure they made a reference. How you doing, Nick? Good, welcome. Yeah, welcome back. That's the other Nick. He got laid off. No, no, it's TIM. That's my favorite chat. Sorry. I absolutely any chance I could do that one. That's a good one. No, Nick, we were talking about jobs and Nick revealed that he got laid off. So unfortunately. No, Bryce works at Kohl's.
Oh, he used to wear clothes too, right?
Yeah, but he quit and he got laid off from where? What? A winery? Yeah. Oh, yeah? He was embezzling Kohl's cash. Kohl's cash is just a funny thing, right? Kohl's cash is funny. Yeah, big cash. We should.
I'll trade my Cold Cash for Bitcoin.
Jason's got some. Yeah.
I don't know. Bitcoin.
No, he's got like fart coin, right?
Was that?
You got fart coin or whatever, right? Dogecoin. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we're talking about our sync points here. So I wouldn't use Geronimo. Maybe Geronimo knows this answer. Geronimo, why wouldn't you want to use the onboard microphone? Yeah, see, I asked the wrong person. No, but why don't you think, why don't we use the onboard microphone?
Because it picks up like everything.
Right. So if I'm the camera here and I'm shooting Jason and Marty and they're having a conversation about Bitcoin or whatever they're talking about, what type of microphones will we use to record Marty and Jason's voice? Lavalier microphones or a boom microphone? What do you say?
Whatever you don't say.
So you're with Grant. He's just being my ops for no reason. Okay. And okay, well then, Geronimo, settle the debate for us. At the end of K-pop Demon Hunters, does her patterns go away? Does her patterns go away?
I have two boys, Kim. Like I don't.
They have bad taste, is what you're saying? Because K-pop Demon Hunters for everybody.
No, not when you're at that age. You're a boy. Like that always sexist. Cooties.
My boy likes it. Yeah, who's your Geronimo? Who's your favorite Sasha boy?
They're cooties, girl cooties. Like that's what it.
How'd it go? Great. Right in time. Whew. Okay. But we have a schedule?
Yes.
Cool. Send Noah the schedule. Okay. I don't think Noah's in that class. So for sure, the actors need to see, or at least Noah wanted to know the schedule. But let the actors know the call times and all that fun stuff. So, thank you, thank you. We're supposed to talk about your movie after once we get into lab, okay? Vigilante. And have you cast your film also?
Pretty much have it all set down. I think I have a list.
Shot list?
That I'm working on and like.
You got to do it this week because you're next week, right?
Yes.
So we need a shot list to give it to your DP or your AD, who is, and your DP.
I already have a DP, Empress. Not DP, AC.
Okay, great. The sooner you get Emrys, the better, okay? Excellent. Okay. Great. Just had to catch up on all that fun stuff. Okay, so who's your favorite Saja boy?
Soldier Boy?
Saja boy.
Soldier Boy is his favorite Saja boy.
I only know one Soldier Boy. That's Superman.
Yeah. Baby, for sure, right? Yeah, for sure, baby.
I haven't watched it, so
Sure.
just like I don't get your South Park references, I don't get.
Who's your favorite Saja boy, Nick? Abby, right? Yeah.
Definitely iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Yeah, 17 Pro Max. You like it? Yes. Man Bear Pig. That's a good one. Yeah. All right. So we don't use the onboard microphone. Sorry, I get tangented.
You
Good
don't
joke.
use all.
We don't, well, you can use it. It's the backup of the backup, but it's used really for sync. And why is that? My camera's here. I'm pointed at Jason and Marty. We're recording with lavalier microphones or a boom microphone to get audio because where are the lavalier microphones located? So if we're recording Marty and Jason, they would be on Marty and Jason, right? Maybe hidden, or maybe we would just put it here if we're doing our GAF TV news. But it's there because the microphones are then pointed at their mouth to get the best audio quality possible. If I'm using my onboard microphone of my camera and my camera's here and they're over there, what do you think it's going to sound like? Huh? It's going to be quiet like what we recorded here. They'll be talking, but the audio quality will be low. That's why when we film on our iPhones, audio is usually the #1 issue. iPhones have really good cameras and we can film decent image on our cameras. Nick, you were one of my first students in this class when I originally taught this class. He did his PSA on don't Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go. Yeah, I was pretty sure you and Eli and Brad. Yeah, and someone got hit by a car because they were too busy playing Pokemon Go. That's when. Yeah, well, I still play Pokemon Go. So, but when we record on our phones, the biggest issue is our audio quality because, again, if I'm recording Geronimo from here with my phone and he's talking, what are we hearing? We filmed way far away. And if you're holding it near here, I'm recording, we'll be getting my audio, right? Well, and basically the onboard microphone, the #1 issue that I hear when I record is me touching the camera. When you touch the camera, because the microphone's in the camera, when I'm changing focus or things, I'm hearing myself make the noise on the cameras. That's why we don't use the onboard microphones, okay? Makes sense, everybody? Good. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do too is I'm editing on my computer. I'm gonna actually go here and change my quality to 1/16. And what does that do? It means I'm not watching this in 6K or whatever this was shot in. We can actually go here into our thing and look. Nick, what do you edit in?
I use Final Cut, but I'm slowly transitioning to.
Cool. 6K, DaVinci's great. I love it. It's free. Did you know you?
No,
Did he convert you?
just DaVinci is better. I mean,
It's apples and oranges, whatever works for you.
Most apples in Premiere.
I'm teach Premiere, but nothing hurts my feelings. Granted, I used to do a bit, but Grant is 100% wrong that Final Cut sucks. It's terrible. No, it's horrible. Like, if you, no shame to you if you use Final Cut, but yeah.
That's a Windows thing, because I use Premiere and it's never crashed on a Mac.
No, but yes, it does. It is automated in like
A lot.
a lot
Yeah, yeah, you have to send your Final Cut project to DaVinci to get colored, essentially.
We will have DaVinci on the iMacs that we're getting for the TVs.
Yeah, yeah, DaVinci's coming out your way, so. Okay, so now notably, I'm gonna say, so I'm editing this piece. Well, first and foremost, as the editor, I should do what, a lot of people don't tend to do. And what's that, Geronimo? If you were the editor and I gave you this piece, what would you do?
I would never save it.
What do you mean, save it?
Like I would never hit Control S
Why not?
because it never crashes.
Well, Command S, of course, is save, but I have my auto save to be every 5 minutes. So, because well, it's sometime, but you lose 5 minutes worth of work. It's no big deal. I will tell you, I've been an editor for too long. I've been editing since Final Cut 1. I have had major crashes that have lost me like 6 weeks of my life have been down the drain because the computer crashed, the hard drive died, and I lost my auto saves. Hair Sims? Is that, well, what I know about Sims are. Yeah. No, I know, you crash your computer, right? That happens. Premiere crashes all the time. Why? Because I try to make it do too much, too fast. And I have no patience as an editor. But in my experience, autosave, turning the autosave feature on is good if you have the right amount of power.
Any clip that you make it auto saves.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Like, great. Thank you, Jason. Everything you do in Premiere has a history. You could go in the history tab and go backwards. And you can also change how many undos you have. Undo is huge because I'll go through and do something and then have to undo it. But then if you, just like in Photoshop, if you run out of undos, you're jacked. So what my point was, I was given this and then I have the script. So I am going to use the script to edit it. Now, I don't have a shot list. Sometimes as an editor, if you're handed a piece, you would get from the AD or the director a detailed list of, hey, these are the good takes. Now, I don't have those. So what am I gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to watch every single take and then use my own discretion, which will take a longer time. So realistically, I'll pull this up. All right, let's let it scrub. Cool. Let's see, am I gonna crash? Okay, there we go. There's Braulio. Oh, Braulio's in this. Hey, spoiler alert about this movie. They're having a baby. They're about to give birth and they don't know their siblings. Pretty good. Who wrote this one?
It was
Kaylee. Some Game of Thrones stuff going on here. All right. So, all right. So 12, scene 12. Wow, there's 12 scenes in this. Okay. 12. Scene
BTS for
12.
this movie was amazing, by the way. But
The BTS? I deleted it.
No.
What are you talking about? Grant has it.
Okay.
Grant keeps everything. Why?
Specifically
ask for grant.
basketball.
Well, I obviously there's some joke I don't get, but here, okay.
Tip. Camera comes out of the toilet, and then it kind of pans over to them. It's pretty sick.
That sounds
It's pretty
definitely sick. So, so what we're gonna do here is, I know we've been messing with this stuff, but what I'm going to do is just for my workflow, is I'm gonna go to the very first clip and we can see that there's two different versions of it. I'm just gonna drag the first one in and we're going to see, okay, it looks like the very first clip is 12:09 take two. Why would that be the first clip? At least naming convention. Oh, that's gotta be the last clip. I think I'm backwards. Let's guess that's the last clip. So let's go to the first clip here. Ooh, wow. Some creepy babies. Was there an actual baby used in this? Do you ever see the baby? All right. So looking in here, what's notable too is how that's kind of hard for me to read. So either I'm going to hit the Enye, which will allow me to zoom in. I can see scene one, shot one, take one. Okay, 111. Or right here, this window right here is fit. We can actually go like 400% and then zoom in or zoom out so we can read this. Now, all we are is affecting the viewing window. We're not affecting the image, so we're not cropping in. But I can zoom in, and what's notable is if I switch to the hand tool here, which is an H, I can click and drag the image around. I'm not reframing it. I'm just moving what I'm viewing. So look, look at 72%. But if I hit fit, I'll see everything up here in this window. Again, we can go all the way to 1600 and be like, oh, cool, we're looking at this. What do you think this pixel is right here? Is this Grant's skin? Are we looking at Grant's skin right here? What do you think? Is this somebody's skin?
No, it's
What do you think this is? This is Marty's shirt? Marty was in that shot? Oh no, we were right here. Are you the Dr. Marty? Oh, wow. All right, cool. Okay, so scene one, take one. We have it down here. Look, noting we can see the sync point right here. So let's go to our first clip of audio, which looks like 620. I'm gonna click into here. Okay, so I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so we'll take a look. Okay, what's
2, 1, 2. Okay. I'm holding Darren's hand.
okay.
all right? That's concerning because I don't see the sync point. So maybe that was just a garbage take. Let's hope so.
Wait. It's also hard to buy.
Concerning. Okay.
Okay.
Scene one, shot one, take two. So that we know that's take two. So let's go back here and see. Concerning. All right, let's hope it's this one. All right, there's the clap bar. Okay, so then We have found the right clip. We found the right video. I'm going to drop it on here to the timeline. Okay, they've all been recorded into separate tracks. So what does that mean? I'm going to actually drag and clip all of these. Sometimes, okay, if I click and drag them all, what's going to happen is it's all going to come on the same timeline, which is not what I want. So what I actually want to do is delete all those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my reference audio here. I'm going to go track 1. So there's 4 tracks. What does that mean to me as the editor? Who knows, like if I got 4 audio tracks, what does that mean on set? No wrong guesses.
That
Only
means there are 4
only-
microphones.
4 microphones, great. And knowing on our film set, what does that mean to you if we have 4 microphones? What type of microphones do you think they would be? Lavalier microphones?
Probably a boom too, if there's that many.
So most likely a boom microphone and 3 lavalier microphones. Because look, we're looking in the scene and we have a woman, her brother, her husband, and Marty as the doctor, who is probably wearing a mic at that point, right? Great. Okay, so now what we need to do is we pulled in all this audio. We have to sync them all together. How do we sync? Well, in DaVinci, it automatically syncs. Wow, in the bin, it automatically syncs. Cool, that's great. Great, awesome, love it. I love it. I'm gonna start editing DaVinci because that saves so much time. Well, what I'm gonna do is there's 2 ways to sync our audio, right? Like we have an actual visual representation of syncing our audio. And in fact, I've had to do this recently because I don't know why, Jason, but our Dr. Avila interviews are so big that keeps crashing my computer. Like, probably. I should just throw it out the window, I think. I agree. All computers. Okay, so we have our visual. So not only do we have our audio sync point, but we have a visual representation, right? Which is the clapper. Now, here's the thing though. Going frame by frame, we hear the clap, but look, the clap, like in the image, is still open. Why is that? Anybody? Huh? The clip is in sync though. Like this is linked together. It's the scratch. Why is that? It's not skipping, it's just, so think about what we know about this is where science comes into filmmaking. What's faster, light or sound? It is. You were confident though. You were confident though. It's a record feature of the camera and the audio syncing as fast as it humanly can. It's literally 1 frame, but this is the sync point that's going to come off. So visually, if we look at it, it's in sync, right? If we watch it right now, but the way we like perceive and the camera perceives, we're actually hearing it before we see it, right? How can you remember what's faster, thunder? Oh, I just said it out loud. I was gonna say. What do you hear for? Or what do you see first, lightning or thunder? You hear the boom, but you see the lightning first, right? The lightning hits, and then you count how far away it was, right? It's not like it's boom and then we see the light. Oh, there's going to be lightning here. No, the lightning hits and then it's boom. Because the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound. That's how I remember. I liked how you weren't confident though. You just thought I was wrong. You thought yeah, sound ears. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's synced right there, and that's the visual representation. The audio is the audio representation. The video, we can actually see where the mark comes down, right? Okay, so then we're going to go and find the sync points on this mix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute here so we don't hear the clap anymore. And now let's unmute these 4 channels, which are synced together. And look, just looking at the waveforms, I'm like, that looks like a spiked audio right here. So I'll go and find, great. So I'm going to go right there. I'm going to cut. Who do you think jumped off? You want to put money on, you think it's Silas? Silas, you still there?
Silas is gone. Oh, that's back.
Oh, was he sideways? Okay, so we made the edit. Now I'm going to drag it over here. Oh, I didn't grab them all. I want to grab all 4. And then since we're doing this, I'm actually just going to make my timeline bigger. I'm showing you the hard way, and then I'm going to show you the easy way in just a second, okay? You can absolutely switch. I don't care what you edit in, as long as you edit. Yes. Yes. I'm teaching the old way so that if it never doesn't work, they can figure out how to, there's an old way to do this. So look, now I basically where I edited, I dragged it. So if we watch, that looked in sync, right? Okay, I synced it to that. Now, what do you think is another easy way? I think it's synced, right? I think the audio and the video matches. What's another way that I can tell if it's synced? Because what if I'm a frame off? Or what if I'm 2 frames off? What will eventually happen if I'm a couple frames off? Mouths, right. So let's go somewhere in here where we can tell where the audio is.
2, 3.
Okay, well, that's a bad place to check because they're wearing masks, right? So, Marty, you're not even the main doctor? Oh, you're the one giving the birth. Whoa, why is she so far away? Like, shouldn't she be at the end of the bed? Yeah. Like Marty's just looking at the camera. All right. So looking at Barrett, and sometimes we're in 16 now. I'm going to go into 1/4 just to check our lip sync.
Now push.
Go. That's good. All right. The lip sync looks good. Okay, we did all that work. Cool. For 1 clip. Now we have 100 more clips to do. Tim, there's surely got to be a better way. Oh yeah, there is a better way. That's the hard way. And sometimes the other way won't work. Now let's go ahead and sync the next one. By the way, like DaVinci Final Cut, we'll clip them all together in the bins. Final Cut does that as well. Premiere is the only one that's like, hey, you got to do a little bit more work than anything.
But they got AI.
Yeah, they definitely use AI now, which, yeah, cool. All right, let's go to the next take. Look, Marty, in fact, let's edit this. We're gonna click here. I'm clicking on here. Since we can, let's recomposite our shot. Okay, so this was what Marty thought the shot was gonna be, right? So there, see, look,
I thought it was much closer.
there you go, Marty. Now you're not in the shot, but being me, I think we should just do
I
it.
think you should keep you in there standing doing that.
I
thing
think it's
and
great.
saying push.
Yeah. Yeah. So far away, she's gonna shoot that baby out and you're gonna catch it, right? Here we go. We got enough pixels that we could just make it, we could cut for the reaction shot right here. Looking dead into the camera.
Push.
There we go.
Is something wrong with my wife or the baby?
Everything will be fine. You're doing great. Now push.
Love it. Okay, love it, love it. All right, we already like that piece.
Oh, I love being directed.
Okay, so, okay, well, Command Z is gonna undo all that fun stuff I just did. Because this probably isn't gonna be the take we're gonna use. Let's just say that right now. But, so on my timeline, I'm gonna grab my next clip, which I'm gonna go through here. And now notably, we're gonna be, okay, Marty is a doctor who is now,
And then they told me to get on my knees on the bed to get closer.
all right,
Move
as
this child.
someone who's had 3 kids, that's not how it works, but whatever. Okay, scene one, shot 1, take 2. So what we should know now is if we go down here and we pull in the next one, notably, let's do this. So we can look, just looking here, we can see how much, so the camera stopped recording and the audio stopped recording there. That's all extra. But here, let's take all 4 of these. I'm gonna do 1. I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 3. And I'm going to do 4. So just looking at all of these, we can see that the sync points here. And look, I can probably just looking at these know that that's all where the sync points are for those other microphones. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight them all, control click, and then I'm going to say synchronize. Now what synchronize allows me to do is auto sync. This is like what they'll do in the bin. And what I can do is I can click I can synchronize it by the start of the clip, which is an option. So why would I ever start at the start of the clip? Would that be a good way to synchronize? No, why not? Yeah, different moments. Because even if I yelled, okay, Bryce, your audio, Nick, your video, hit record in 3, 2, 1, hit record. But you both went at different seconds, right? Like even if you both are prepared to punch it could be off by frames, right? So the clip beginning and clip end are never going to be good. You can actually go by time code. So if I went by the time code, I could put it in here, and since it's all sync time code, it would sync that way too. That's too much work. Because we use the slate and we have a audio clap in all the clips, including our scratch video, I can go ahead, select all of these. I'm gonna say control. I'm gonna say synchronize. I'm going to then do track audio channel. So it's gonna give me options. Well, it's only gonna give me channel 1 because there's only channel 1 audio. So let's say, okay. Hey, look, it immediately jumped within a second, right? Less than a second. It jumped. And if I look at this visual representation, I can see there's all lines here. And now I'm going to check it.
Take 2. Breathe with me. 1.
Boom in the shot. right.
Breathe in with me. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3, and in. 1, 2,
See Nick?
3, and out. 1.
Like he's gonna go get the other
3.
Nick.
You're breathing great. You're almost there.
Okay, so couple things to note, it automatically synced. We just had to put it on the timeline. Now, a couple things of note. Where the successes and first of all, any questions so far? No, this was shot last semester, right? Yeah. Yeah, last one shot last semester. So, and then one more question. Marty, what were you looking at in this shot? The bottom of the sheet. Okay, great. Acting's fun, right? You got to do some weird stuff. Yeah, right. Okay, so you only looked at the bottom of the sheet the whole time, right? Well, Baron's probably wearing clothes under there. It's barely.
We're barely, so I looked elsewhere.
Okay, then how did you know they were barely clothed?
Right there.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm. See, if it was me, I wouldn't even look, but I'd act like I was looking.
Just look away.
Yeah. Yeah, gross. Trust me. But childbirth is the grossest. Let me just tell you, it's super gross. I filmed all 3 of the births. If you swipe far enough on my phone, you could probably find them. But I use my trick that I do. Was that pizza? Oh, you got some chicken in that? Oh, looks good. No, I'm good. Thanks for offering though. I do. That's really what I wanted, was to see if you'd offer. And I appreciate it. No, I don't want I don't want your gross warm string cheese. But my trick, of course, I have fears. I'm afraid of certain things, right? I'm like a human. But if I have a camera, everything is fake through the camera. So in my job, not here at Gap, but when I was primarily a corporate video filmer, I had to film a bunch of crazy stuff that you wouldn't want to film. Like I went up in a stunt helicopter at an air show, and I don't like heights, but through a camera, guess what? It's not real. I walked into a tiger exhibit one time and survived. That was probably the dumbest thing I ever did. I climbed up on heights, horses. I'm afraid of horses, and shot a bunch of horse stuff. Geronimo's made me shoot a bunch of horse stuff. Okay, let me show you a couple of areas where you might get a hiccup on here. Now, of course, in whatever your editing software is, Michael, what do you edit in? Remind me, Vegas or Final Cut? That's the only one that works on your laptop. So no shade. But Final Cut, do you find the sync, or have you had to sync audio at all? And
I sync audio with local process.
cool. And is it automatic, or do you have to manually do it? Pretty good. Does it do it in this style that I'm doing it, or is it just automatic in the background?
It actually matches up waveforms.
It matches up so that's what Premiere is doing, is basically visually matching up the waveforms. So even if I didn't have the sync point and you recorded your scratch audio with enough volume of someone talking, you could find a sync point. So what we can do with our Gav TV News is we can sync it up pretty easily. We mostly record to the camera, so sync is never really an issue. But like, for example, if I synchronize, here we go. Did I select them all? Okay, I gotta select them all. Then I'm gonna go control click, and I'm going to synchronize. Again, we'll use audio track 1 because there's only audio on channel 1 right now. Boom. instantly syncs. And of course, I like to check.
You're breathing great. Almost there, I can see the bed.
Okay. I did. Okay, so now let me show you an example of a possible mistake. So I would just go through and make a timeline of all my clips here and sync them all up before I do any of the editing. This is kind of my process. All right, one. Also, when they're recorded as separate channels like this, I like to keep the same microphones on the same channel. Why is that? So that I can always remember that channel A3 is going to be the boom mic, or channel A4 is going to be the lav mic of Marty or Baron or Braulio. Okay, so let's go ahead and sync this. Uh-oh. What happened? Could not synchronize because one or more clips of the current selection a match could not be found. Well, I can look at it and I'm like, why wouldn't there a match be found? Look, I know it's 1-5-1, and I know there's a clap mark. Look, we could even see, is that the marker? All right, so we know that there's a marker here. So who can guess my issue? No guesses?
Scene 1, shot 5, take 2.
Scene 1, shot 5, take 2. What's the marker say right here? Scene 1, shot 5, take 1. I have the wrong audio. So if you encounter that, you'd be like, okay, I must have pulled the wrong audio. That's a mistake on my part. Learn by making mistakes. That's so, and here's always a good factor too that I tend to like to look at is when you're syncing your audio, they're usually generally similar distances. One is going to always be a little bit longer than the other, but we can see that like, hey, look, this is missing. If we look here, in and out, that's about 12 seconds off. So there's 12 seconds less. That seems like a rather large amount of audio not to be recorded if someone called cut, right? So that's always a good indicator. If I lay it down and if I'm not, so I'm lazy, right? Lazy editor. I want to do the least amount of work and get that. So realistically, I'm going to trust that everything is in order. So I'll drop everything online and then synchronize and then do the next one. Well, with this, either I skipped one of the bins or what? Yes. I should make AI put it together. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm teaching you how to do it. So this is the new AI tool. Generative extend tool. It extends 2 seconds of video. Wow. It makes more video of your video. I've never used this before. Let's mess around. Okay. I pay for it already.
There's a certain wallet token for
Powered by Firefly, this can generate 2 seconds of a video, 10 seconds of audio, or 2 seconds of combined video audio. Just click. Okay, so check it out. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so, okay, we're gonna add more video here. Let's see what we can do. Doesn't support the resolution of this clip. Go to AI models. Yeah. All right, so it needs to be 16:9. It could be 4K, looks like, but we're in 6K. That's the problem. All right. In the future, we'll play around with that tool. Sorry. New feature I haven't played with yet. Okay, look, there's Baron having a baby. All right. Bye. Have fun, board meeting. Okay. So look, the audio is longer than the video, but audio tends to be longer. Why? Because roll audio is the first thing said. So if your audio is shorter than your video, odds are you got the wrong one. Let's go ahead and lay all these down. And I have a feeling I'm correct. But also, I could have listened to it and got the right one. But I don't want to. Look, poof, now it works. And of course, we're going to check.
Now push.
I'm giving birth to my nephew slash daughter or niece, or if you gave birth to your own brother's kid, yeah, I guess it would be your niece slash child. What did the baby look like? Do we see the baby in this? Oh, it's supposed to be really weird looking, right?
I just kind of give a lot of exposition.
Jason, can we take a picture? You want to be the, we'll put your head on the baby? Tim, yeah. There's the baby. Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like it's the baby beauty show, right? Like it's really the only baby part.
There's the one where it's like,
You know, this is Chad and he's a bad boy.
that one, and then in season 2, the one where it's like the baby doesn't like you because I used to be a piece of shit.
Oh yeah. I used to be a piece of shit. Not. Yeah. Funny stuff is funny.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So then notably we would sync all the clips and then I'd go through and I'd watch them all. Since I'm not the director, odds are if you're the director watching your own piece, you'll remember, oh, I like this one take or whatever. But you still need to watch it. Why? Because, okay, the one take that I really liked of my actors, maybe I wasn't watching the camera. And guess what? Jason pulled focus incorrectly. And now I can't use that take. So hopefully we have another take to use, right? Like, for example, in Showdown, focus was pulled in the middle of one of the shots. Yeah. Yeah. So ask Jeremiah, get another take, buddy. Showdown looks really funny though, to be honest. I also, I'm sitting there with Jeremiah. I'm like, can we see Angel get hit by the water too? What? In the version we saw, I only had Maston getting hit by the water. He's like, how do I see both? And I'm like, you could split screen them, or you know, it's gonna be fun. Because I was like, Angel got drenched every single time, and then Maston got hit in the side of the head once. All right. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go through and cut the piece. So I'm going to, you know, obviously we're not going to use exactly all of it, but I'm going to take out and build the scene based off of that. The directors like to do that because they have the vision of what portion they're going to use. Now, we like to shoot coverage, and who knows what coverage is? Have we talked about coverage in here at all? Coverage is shooting the scene with multiple angles so that we have, hey, this one goes slightly out of focus. Can we go to the wide? Can we go to close up? Do we have other options? Because if you don't, if your shot is messed up and that's your only option for the shot, guess what? You either have to accept that it's flawed or not use it. That's a big factor too, is cutting, being like, okay, I guess we're cutting this shot out, or we're going to figure out. A lot of filmmaking is problem solving and figuring out, Okay, I messed this up. What do I do? Um, so what's also interesting about this is this shot is what? Who's the focus of this shot? Who can we see in the shot? Baron, right? Baron is
Now push.
Baron's the main focus of the shot. But I have 4 separate channels of audio, and I need to go through, and am I going to use all 4 channels of audio in my final mix? No, not necessarily. I'm probably going to use the good audio of Emra saying now push, and then find the good audio of Baron screaming. Now Baron's wearing a lav mic and screaming into the boom mic. So we're going to have to look to see which one, but if I play this, how does it sound? Some of the channels feel overmodulated to me, but it's loud, right? Because they're screaming. So let's just go through the different channels of audio and hear how the scream sounds in the different channels. Now, do you like that one? How's that one? That's the onboard camera mic. We would never use that. So we're not going to use that one. What'd you say? Yeah, we could absolutely use it if we want. If that's why we never throw it away. Like I'm never going to clear that mic because maybe I will use something there. But hopefully either my boom mic or my lav mic sounds good. So let's see which one this is. And
Roll audio.
I can't do this. You're almost there, love. Don't quit now. Just think about how amazing it will be to hold your baby. Now again, push. Okay, just out. One more push with the shoulders.
wait. Everybody listen to this.
The head is out. One more push with the shoulders.
The head is out.
We're almost there.
You're not the one delivering this baby.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right. You're almost there.
Okay, what microphone do we think this is? If we had to guess. I would guess it's Baron's, right? Or it sounds the clearest on Baron. But Braulio sounded okay. If it was the boom, everyone should be moderate because when Marty, even though we know Marty is standing at the end of the bed, what should the boom operator be doing? Right. Except here's what we really should think about. The shot is only Baron, right? So we shouldn't even, the boom mic should only be on Baron because realistically, we're trying to get the clean audio of who's on screen. We can record everyone else, but we're going to use their other takes or when they're on screen, the boom is going to be moving back and forth. This one should just be Baron. So let's listen to this next track audio and see if we can tell, is this Baron or is this the boom mic?
I can't do this. You're almost there, love. Don't quit now. Just think about how amazing it will be to hold your baby.
What do you think, Michael?
Now again, push.
This one's the lav mic. Why? We're hearing the breathing, right? Like the boom isn't going to get, like the boom's going to be picking up. The first one's going to be the boom because we could hear other people. It's going to get more spill. The boom is going to be way more focused on Baron. And we can tell that like with.
Now push.
Sounds kind of like we're starting to lose our curve on our audio. So maybe I would use the boom scream, but yeah, we're going to layer in screams like this in situations where we start yelling really loud, right? We tend to use that's when we're going to use the boom because the lavalier microphones, again, our audio person is like, oh, they're screaming. So they're trying to keep the level so it doesn't overmodulate and sound bad. But that's why we always have the boom as the backup. Okay, so then we know that's Baron is audio 4. Now let's see who's audio 5. Who do you think audio 5 could be?
I can't do this.
Hear that, honey? We're almost there.
It's going to be Braulio's mic. And Braulio's standing right next to Baron who's screaming. And that's why Baron sounds decent here.
I can't do this.
Actually sounds pretty good for the yelling here. I might even use Braulio because his lav mic is picking up Baron's lav mic right next to him. And then finally,
Everything will be fine. Now push. I can't do this. Amazing it will be to hold your baby. Now again, push.
The head is out. One more push for the shoulders.
okay, so Marty's not mic'd in that scene, obviously. And then Emerus, who's the nurse, is audio is right here. So we're going to go through, and then what I can do is I can either mute the channels, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to edit around it. I'm going to like do some destructive editing. Now there's destructive editing, which would be, I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm either going to use Baron's mic in this scene. Here, the clip is this right here that I'm going to be working on. Okay. So I'm going to edit my clip. Let's just cut all the way down there. I'm just going to, destructive is deleting.
I can't do this. You're almost there.
Okay. So then I'm going to choose my take here. And I'm going to get rid of the rest of, oh. I'm going to get rid of the rest there and be like,
I can't do this.
okay. And then what I'm going to go through is I always have the scratch track muted because I'm never going to use that unless I want to. I can turn it back on, but I'm probably going to drop it to a different layer. So then I'm probably for the scream going to, let's mute these channels and check out.
I can't do this.
That sounds pretty good to me, at least for this mix. So maybe at this point I would delete those channels just so, because what I'm going to end up doing is just choosing this one clip, but when I have to layer my audio so that it sounds natural, right? So maybe I'm not going to see Emerus, but I'm going to use the better Emerus take, the nurse talking, because at least on this performance, it felt like the nurse is going to be okay. You know, they probably know they're not on camera. So you may if you're an actor and you're not on camera, maybe you're not going to give your A game when you're not being recorded. Clearly, Marty did not. What? You like Marty's? The head is out. The head is out. I can see the shoulders. But you probably did it once it was your close up. You were probably like, the head is out. I can see. I would hope so. We would. Hey, so when you're an actor, you don't get to know that. Are you kidding me? When I finally saw Santi's thing where I'm like the mob boss guy, right? And it's all just a shot of my nose. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea I had no idea that like my nose would look that huge.
I made sure to use like the widest ones that we have, so it's about 14.
That was pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. So that's just the starting in the editing process. We're going to talk more on Wednesday. We'll continue more in the editing, but I've been talking for 2 hours now. Unless you have questions or comments, so far we've synced our audio and we have started to pull clips. On Wednesday, I'll go ahead and pull a lot more so we can actually see like an assemble edit and then showcase what choices you're making. Because as the editor, I'll tell you right now, I think the editor is the best role on the set. I think the editor has the most control at the end because an edit could save or destroy a movie. I've seen a bad edit make wow, there's lots of good performances, but the editing made everyone look like crap. Or I've also seen like a really good movie or a really bad movie be saved in the editing, where it's like, okay, we cut out 3 scenes because it was boring or it didn't make sense. And now everything feels a lot better. So I really think that the editing is like not only the final piece, but it's like the make or break, where it's like if everything came together, you could still save or destroy something. And that's why I think editing is the best. Star Wars was saved in the edit for sure. Yeah. A lot of movies were saved in the edit, and the edit is something that like once you start watching as an editor, movies like open up and you can see choices and you can see like why they do that or why this is really indulgent. The biggest thing, oh geez, the biggest thing that I see a lot, especially in new filmmakers, is the inability to make the best choices for your films because you don't know how to do it yet. So a lot of people are like, we shot it, so we have to put it in. Or it's like, hey, this one shot took us 2 hours to set up and the steady cam and all this stuff. And then it's like, yeah, but it doesn't do any, it just looks cool. It doesn't do anything for your story. Sometimes you have to throw stuff away. Kill your darlings, or just the biggest thing that I encounter is in new filmmakers, and I'm going to warn you, all of you, just because you know the physical location of your house or wherever you filmed it, doesn't mean that anybody else will. So if I walk out that door right here, we have an angle, and I walk out that door, magically I could be in the writing center, could be the next door, because no one knows that. No one who, other than us, who know the actual physical limitations of Gablin, I could walk through right behind John. If I walk through that door and I came out another door somewhere, not even at Gav, who would know? No one would know, right? Like, and that's the biggest thing that we should remember as filmmakers is, I always say this, what would my mom think? Would my mom be confused, or would my mom be like, oh, I've full on, my mom's been here and has been like, oh, I didn't know you guys had that. I'm like, well, we don't. It's not a real thing. Or it's like, oh, guess what? That was filmed in the same place all the other movies were filmed. You know, how you set decorate, eventually, because we film a lot of things in this room, unless you change it up too much, it will all look samey. So if it's your chance to film something or be a director and you're going to film in this space, do what was Sierra's Darling, Hello Darling? The Hello Darling piece, they set designed this to look completely different. They used the same set twice. And because Sierra did so much production, and I know Marty did too, put brick up or fake brick up and make it look like a club. You have the opportunity to do that. You can paint this if you wanted. I mean, we've had students who had blood. Well, Grant had to repaint it because there was blood spray all over the back, right? I think Trevor did that or somebody. Yeah. All right. I'm done talking. Unless someone has a question or, hey, Daniel and Silas, can you jump on? What?
Jump on?
Yeah, turn on your cameras, both of you. Daniel, turn on your camera. Yeah, must have got close. Daniel, what are you doing? He fell asleep, I think. I was gonna make him have a rap battle. Oh, cool, dog. What's your dog's name?
Louis,
Bluey.
have you seen a interview with a vampire?
Oh, Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Have you seen the new show or the movie? What are you talking about?
I've seen the movie and then the first season of the show. My mom really likes the movie.
The
I
show's
haven't seen
awesome
the second
too.
season
The
of the
show's
show.
really good.
The show is really good. I haven't watched. Is the second season good? I've heard it is.
Second season's good, yeah. It kind of concludes the movie, and now they're doing another season, which is about the next book,
Oh, word.
Vampire Lestat. So
Dude, okay, I'll have to check that out. It's on
FXX.
F. What streaming service is that? I don't have FX.
FXX.
What did we watch it on?
Hulu.
Hulu? Hulu. You're wrong.
Is it on Hulu?
Oh, never mind. I think we never mind. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.